Well, we're sitting here tonight, and we tried to do a video earlier today. We had some issues or some problems with it, so we're going to try to do it this evening and see if it can come out. Now, the thing that I want to try to convey across the world tonight is that we are living in times when the world church is already here. For years we have predicted the coming of a one world church, but now I can say with most of certainty the world church is already here. We have the Roman Catholic Church linking up with hundreds of millions of so-called Protestants, but their Protestants means to protest the Roman Catholic Church. They're not truly Protestants anymore. Franklin Graham recently did a festival or celebration or whatever with 23 different denominations, including the Roman Catholic Church. Recently there was a radio broadcast with Glenn Beck, Father Dwyer, D-W-Y-E-R, and Kirk Cameron. And the insinuation on that broadcast was that they were all of the same fellowship or faith, or served the same God. And here we have a Mormon who is serving a false god, Glenn Beck. Here we have a Roman Catholic, which is serving an Antichrist. And here we have Kirk Cameron, who is sold out to the world and money. But this is exactly what's going down. Why do you think you have the Rick Warrens talking about how he has a picture of Mother Teresa up in his office? And you have Rick Warren, which has the endorsement of Pope Francis, as well as Kenneth Copeland having his endorsement. Recently Pope Francis went, I believe it was to Spain, Italy, and met with a very prominent Pentecostal who heads up an association of literally millions of Pentecostals who have now gone in alliance with Pope Francis. And we know that Jim Robinson now has gone to see Pope Francis, and Kenneth and Gloria Copeland have linked up with him. So we see a world church is very, very much already on the scene. We have many, many denominations now welcoming Roman Catholics into their fellowship. And of course we have Pope Francis making statements that even atheists make it to heaven if they go by their conscience. The Bible tells us something totally different. The Bible tells us that the wisdom of the world is foolishness, and also that apart from the Holy Spirit of God imparting life into a person, that person is dead in their trespasses and sins. So anyway, we see this world church on the scene, and we see a huge membership in the Roman Catholic Church of billions of souls, and they have bought into all the false doctrines of the Roman Catholic Church, including the praying to Mary, praying to patron saints, the going to the Stations of the Cross, worshiping graven images, lots of idolatry now taking hold. People building Noah's Arks and talking about building Towers of Babels, and people shipping crosses all over the world and bragging about it. People bragging about putting up their manger scenes. And this is not Christian, folks. This is graven images. This is all idolatry. People promoting Ronald Reagan, and he was the one that signed a concordant with the Roman Catholic Church. I'm glad to hear that Brandon House is at least starting to take a stand against the Roman Catholic Church and the Jesuits, even though he's friends of adopted son of Ronald Reagan, who, like I said, and he promotes Ronald Reagan. I don't see how he can do that and being against the Roman Catholic Church, being that Ronald Reagan signed a concordat with Rome. Why don't you ever talk about that, Brandon House? I was on Brandon House's show one time many years ago, whenever I had my case against the state of Missouri for firing me for refusing to place children in unlicensed homosexuals as foster parents. But we're in a slippery slide real fast, and you've got a broken system. You've got a broken church, you've got a broken Bible, you've got a false Bible, you've got broken ordination leaders of women and now homosexuals, instructing people in spiritual exercises of Loyola. What a mess. Loyola, Ignatius Loyola. Yeah. He was promoting the spiritual exercises, and now Pope Francis is pushing the spiritual exercises, which is nothing more than occultism. We need to get back to the authorized King James Version of the Bible. We need to get back to singing the old hymns. We need to get back to the old paths where we're teaching the doctrines of election and predestination, effectual calling, justification and glorification, all by God Himself, and denying the free will of man, which has been propagated by the Roman Catholic Church and people like Charles Finney and John Wesley and Pelagius and many others down through the years. That's one thing the world church and all the denominations can agree upon, the free will of man. And they can also agree upon universal atonement for everybody, and they can also believe in works salvation. Those are three areas that the world church is going to promote. And the world church also has what I call the 3F promotions. Yes, they do. Family, fortune, and feelings. That's what they're about. Family, fortune, and feelings. If you'll become a part of our movement, you'll get wealthy. And you'll be a part of our big family, and we will make sure your feelings are taken care of. This is the world church, folks. It's absent of doctrine, but you cannot be absent of doctrine without promoting Antichrist doctrine. You ever thought of that? If you're not promoting the biblical doctrines conveyed by Christ and His apostles, you're promoting anti-Christian doctrine, doctrine of Antichrist. So, The warning is, do not go into the world church, do not go into harlot church, do not go into Babylon, come out from among her and be separate, saith the Lord. Touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. The warning is, do not be involved in ecumenicalism, do not be involved in any of these mega churches, do not be involved in any churches that ordain women or condone homosexuality. Do not be involved in churches that are promoting this marriage of Roman Catholicism with Protestantism, because it's like oil and water, it doesn't mix. So that's my thoughts today on this whole message.